Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to this Twitch update. I have tried to record this video like 12 times, and it's coming out weird every time, so I'm trying to make it very, very clear. Um, on the 13th, Twitch rolled out new sexual content policy on the terms of service, which allowed artistic nudity. Now, the actual terms of service were very clear if you read them properly, but no one did read them properly. It was actually very beneficial for Twitch. It was very good for the community in general. But people ran rampant with it because all they saw was artistic nudity. They didn't actually read what artistic nudity is. They didn't care for the definition. They saw art and they saw nude and they ran with that to the point of VTubers were on Twitch naked. There was actual people on Twitch naked. There's just hentai being drawn, furry porn being drawn. There was a bunch of nastiness for like 48 hours. Um, and I want to make it clear that I'm not against that kind of content. I'm kind of against it being on Twitch though, because there's already so many other websites you can go to for that kind of content. There's so many. You can go to Reddit, you can go to Twitter, you can go to any of the actual explicit websites that everyone knows. I'm not going to mention here because you all know they exist already. There's plenty of places for people to go to see that kind of content already. Having that stuff on Twitch is just a problem. And it became a problem because if you actually read the terms of service, it didn't allow that kind of stuff. It was basically like, hey, you're allowed artistic nudity, which is art where the main focus is not the nude body, but you can have nude bodies in it, which is a lot of like old art paintings, like Renaissance style. Michelangelo, it was Michelangelo did a lot of it. I think there was the David sculpture is a prime example right now because his penis is not the focus point of the statue. It's the artistic nature of the statue. It's the skill that went into it. It's the body. It's not him being naked. It's the skill that went into it. Um, so a lot of people didn't read that part of it. They just ran with art and nude, and that was it. Um, which caused a lot of uproar because for 48 hours, Twitch was just human porn, and that was not. A lot of people weren't happy about it. There was about three camps in this one. There was the people who were like, "This is wrong. No, 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 this is wrong." Then people like, "I don't really care." And then there were people like, "Oh, whatever. It's fine anywhere else. Why not here?" Um, I'm in the first two. One, I just don't think Twitch is the place for it. There's plenty of other places for it. And two, ultimately never affected me anyway. Because one, if I wanted to stream, people watching my streams may go and watch their streams, but they're not. They're watching my stream, or they're watching their stream. One of the two. Two, I never saw them anyway. Until this controversy, I never actually sought out these kind of streams. I went to see how far it had gotten, and I was amazed. And it was crazy how far people were actually pushing the boundaries with the new terms of service. Um, but until this, I never actively sought these kinds of streams out because I get that kind of content from other places, more actual better places than Twitch. But as of this morning, Twitch rolled out new updates to their sexual content policy, which they acknowledged that people ran rampant with it. That was like people abused the hell out of this, so we're changing it right now. They're not making any changes beyond this. It literally says at the bottom, we aren't making other changes to update sexual content policy, which is a bad move. That's you never say never. Never say never. Um so effective today, we are rolling back the artistic nudity changes moving forward. Depictions of real or fictional nudity won't be allowed on Twitch, regardless of the medium. This restriction does not apply to mature rated games. You can find emote specific standards, blah 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 blah. So, the problem I have with this, it's good. It's very good. It's like, hey, no nudity. You can't be naked on Twitch. The problem is the definition of nudity and naked. So, depictions of real or fictional nudity. Sorry about the dog barking in the background. So the definition of nudity, the state or fact of being naked. So you go to naked. The definition of naked is a lot, but basically of a person or part of the body without clothes. That's it. It's a part of the body without clothes. So if I take my socks off, my feet are naked. That's where it sits. There's no actual clear definition of what is considered naked, and that means that there's no clear definition of what nude is. That's it. That's literally it. There's no clear definition of what nude is. So realistically, there's people on Twitch right now. There are male streamers making fun of this whole content change because he's streaming without a shirt on, but with like Mario pasties on. which is the equivalent of what started this whole controversy this past week. A lot of, not a lot of, actually, there's only like 4 or 5 streamers were doing this new meta, this new topless meta, where they would come on stream and they would just basically hide their nipples just below the screen, and that would be them. They would have bare chest, but they have their nipples below the screen, so it's not technically nudity to them. And realistically, we don't know. If I were to take my shirt off right now, I may not be nude because I could have a piece of clothing. I could have like a cummerbund or something around my stomach. I'm not nude. I'm not naked, technically. So that's why I say never for that change. They need to go in and reclassify and define what nudity is to them. That's realistically, that's the change that has to occur now. I want to make it clear these changes never really affected me anyway. I never saw these people. I went for like 5 or 6 specific streamers, and then I would find other streamers through those streamers. I never really went to the main page. I never saw the point in the main page of Twitch. It's kind of just bloated with streamers that I don't like. And that's the way it is. It's just a lot of streamers I don't like on the main page, so I never really went there. One of the big changes, okay, that is a clear, one of the big changes that actually did occur with the terms of service change is that those streams, the big issue was that it was these streams on the main page because they're getting so many views because there are so many lonely men on Twitch. They were getting so many views that it was on the main page, which was a problem for a lot of people because like it's the main page of Twitch. It should be dedicated to actual Twitch streams instead of like softcore porn. And I say softcore porn because effectively that's what it is. It's just to the left of like an actual porn stream. Like you could go to an actual porn website and get that plus a little extra, and that's all they're doing is they're just taking that extra away. It's like, hey, I'm naked. Leave it up to your imagination. So they're not really doing anything wrong on Twitch. So they removed it so those kind of channels can't appear on the main page, even though technically they're not naked. We don't know if they're naked or not. Schrodinger's nipple. But yeah, that's basically the changes that have occurred on Twitch recently. Is this going to affect me returning to Twitch? Probably not. The changes that have occurred aren't going to matter in a month. Unless for whatever reason there's a random uptick in topless streamers. Like if all the streamers from other websites come to Twitch to start streaming topless, then it's a problem. But right now it's like 4 streamers. So I don't really care. And unless it becomes 100, like unless it becomes 1,000, unless it becomes 1,000,000 streamers, I'm probably not going to care unless it's a ridiculous amount of people doing this. And it's not. Right now it's people sensationalizing the idea, and I fully admit that I got drawn into the sensationalization of it. I got drawn into the hubbub and the panic about this. Oh my god. And realistically, after I thought about it for a day or two, I was like, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. It would matter if it was full on porn. Like if it was like a porn stream, then I would be a little more concerned because then technically I'm associated with them if I'm streaming on Twitch because we're both streaming on Twitch. That's one of the problems people have is like you exist here, but also you don't. And one of the concerns I had going forward was I want to take things like I have Warhammer miniatures. I would love to paint on stream in the future. These ones are going to be streamed, are going to be not going to be streamed, they're going to be videoed, but I have Warhammer I want to paint next year, which would be in the art category. And for 48 hours, the art category was basically just furry porn. Yeah. So that's yeah. There needs to be clearer definitions of what Twitch considers to be naked or nude, and that's about it. That's literally the only thing that's left to deal with this saga. Is you need to clearly define what Twitch considers to be naked or nude. That's it. And people are gonna be like, "Oh my god, that's so totalitarian, so Puritan." It's like, no, we just need to classify and clarify what they consider to be nude. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I hope this video was educational or at least entertaining. Have a good day and goodbye.